All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim wa Akwath, learning and teaching truth and sincerity. And this is going to be another video through the Spirit. All right, and for this one, I'm going to be pulling up some clips on Instagram. Oh, shit, hang on. There we go. And basically, when you read Deuteronomy, it tells you that the true Israelites would be cursed wherever they went, and that, they'd be destroyed. They'd be in a real bad position. So I just got some clips from Instagram that I'm going to play. Instagram is for more than shaking booties. All right, so let's look at some information that was found recently.
So let's get into how they actually would eat them, right? So they really had a thing for the ears, the nose, the fingers, the livers, and what's left out of here is that they had a thing for the heart too. Sometimes they would eat them raw. Now, I want you to think about, what did those enslavers eat on the ship? Because this is an example of how not only were the black people cargo, we were also meals for them folks on the ships. Or maybe you're more of a beef jerky and onions type of person. They would take the meat and process it and turn it into like a jerky and eat it with onions. And then
talking about the cannibalism that was committed upon our people by these Edomites, and this is a little
send it to other black folks to tell them to get out of town, or this could be you. Or sometimes
they really didn't want to teach us about this in school. They wanted to make sure that, now they're not teaching much about slavery at all anyway, but they don't like to teach that these devils were cannibals as well. All right, and those are real pictures of clippings from articles, from newspapers, that back up what he's saying. He's not just, that's one thing I specifically try to be careful of when going into our history of slavery, because certain people just be saying stuff without bringing an article or some sort of proof or a picture, but this is solid. Like when I first heard the fact that sagging actually goes back to buck breaking, because we all knew that sagging went back to prison, to show your butt, but sagging actually goes back to buck breaking. But at first, I was like, wait a minute, I was like, let me see. So I did some digging, and you find information and come to find out it was true. All right, so, that's one thing I will say. You do got to be careful when looking into our history, because Esau will try to either lessen things to make it look like he didn't do us as bad, or some niggas may over exaggerate, but this is legit. They used to cannibalize us and sell us like packets of beef jerky. All right, of course not all of us, because they needed us for slavery. But hey, you got a lot to pay for. Let me let you.
They would just fry them up, batter them up, fry them, eat them for lunch. And let's not leave the religious people out, because just like on the first Sunday when the folks be taking communion, yeah, what was communion without a piece of that black man's body? Yeah. Or maybe it's their all-time favorite, the one that they always love, the barbecued black man. Go and hit that follow button.
He said, go and hit that follow button. All right. These people that were...
Some should we all know by now.
We don't care for boiled Negro. These Edomites that we're dealing with, y'all, they're not a good people. And you know what? I may have to switch the topic of the video up. Okay, here we go. I was able to find it. Blue Vein Society. All right, let me let this play. I'm going to get some scriptures in a minute just showing you, this devil, he's done nothing but treat us wrong. Do you think the Bible would not mention this rivalry? All right, this man... Let me let's do this just to see how he got his name. Damn. I know I pressed the... What the fuck? There we go. Genesis 25:30, just showing you how he got his name. All right. It says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. All right, so this man, he ate, a not fully prepared meal. All right, I'm not relaying this to cannibalism, but I'm just showing you how he got the name red. All right, and red is a color that is associated with what? Anger, aggression, murder, all right, bloodshed. And that's this man's spirit. And that is how he's done us. Everything about this nigga is red. Alright? Hot. Burning. Alright? Wrathful. This man shows no mercy under any circumstance to anyone. Not even his own. Alright? Edom. And Edom literally means red. That is his name. That is his nature. Now let's look at, let's look at something. Damn it, come on. God damn it.
Your best "Hey, good morning," followed by your most uncomfortable historical fact.
Hey, good morning. The term blue blood comes from the Spanish phrase sangre azul, which the Castilian aristocracy began using in the early 1830s to refer to themselves. They used that phrase to express that they had been uncorrupted by Moorish blood or Jewish blood because their skin was so white that you could see.
And we know that the true Jews are what? Dark-skinned, Israelites. And the Moors, we know, were what? So-called dark-skinned Negro males. So apparently you had a group of the motherfuckers running around, in which, you can see this guy's blood and veins through his skin. All right. Now, I'm just letting it play.
Their veins through it.
Hey, good morning. It's well known that in the early segregated 1900s, the brown paper bag test was used to qualify black people for select goods and services. In order to pass the test, a black person would have to be the same color or lighter than a brown paper bag. I would be disqualified. What's lesser known is that this tool of anti-blackness was implemented by black people against one another. Biracial and light-skinned black people formed what was called a blue vein society within the black community, wherein there is
said biracial and light-skinned, so I'll say that even concerning the people of the Blue Vein Society, right? Some of them would have been tares and some of them would have actually been Jakes. The ones with Edomite fathers would have been tares. The one with Jake fathers with a white mother who came out just bright enough to pass the test would have been Jake, but they was coons, all right? This man has been subjecting us to just pain and suffering throughout all these centuries. Like, what the fuck is up? If there isn't hate in this world, then why does he do us so bad? For the people who say, oh, we just need to love. Well, obviously love isn't working out because there's a man running around the planet Earth who is red, who keeps oppressing our ass every step we take.
Rich prestige and power connected to a black person having a complexion light enough to see the blue veins underneath their skin. And this inherently white supremacist system of anti-blackness persists throughout the black diaspora to this very day.
And it persists throughout to this very day, all right, which is true. All right, now let me get this. What other group of people? Man, come on, man. I can't repeat it enough. Ezekiel. Hey, this guy's gonna pay. Esau Edom's gonna pay. All right, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. Who's that man that had that hatred against us? Edom. All right, it tells you right here, Mount Seir. What people was over Mount Seir? The Edomites, man. This is just daggone ridiculous. You eating us. You got us lining up with brown paper bags. All right, absolute foolishness. Everywhere we go, we just been getting oppressed. All right, and this ain't, hey, we understand that it's a curse. This is a punishment for our sin, but I'm just showing you. This is a long case study. We didn't just wake up here in America, getting beat up by white people in the, 1960s. This is a very long history of them not liking us. So we have a justified reason to not like them and to want our Lord to come deliver us out of their hand. All right, these motherfuckers like vocab, who like to scoff. See, it's easy for them to stand on the other side of the fence because they're the children of the oppressor. So they still get benefits. Although we're not in physical slavery right now, so they can make, we don't have you in slavery, you're free. They're able to run around and make those claims. But when you're on the other side of the fence like us, you can feel this shit in your chest. The fact that what has happened to you, the fact that everybody looks down on you, you can't do shit about it. You can feel it in your fucking chest. All right, Zechariah 1:15. And I'm very sore displeased at the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction, and all nations have had a part in it. All right, not only but all these nations, they have forwarded our affliction, meaning what? They took shit overboard. They did things to us they wasn't supposed to do to us. All right, they cannibalized us. They did things to our women and to our children. It tells you that in Joel. All right, and now taking it to the initial point I was going to make in Deuteronomy 28, right here out of verse, let me see, where's it at? There's a particular verse I'm looking for. Yeah, here we go. This is one of them. Deuteronomy 28 and 46, it says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and shall overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever." So to whom are these things happening? Who was taken as a slave throughout the world and oppressed by another group of people? You know, fucking day in and day out. Raped, robbed, and murdered. Literally, all right? Hell, they used to eat Gadites too. You know, don't forget, you know. Esau, really, hey, he's done nothing but unspeakable acts to us. All right? Nothing but. All right, I had to come down here to look for this one, Deuteronomy 28 and 19. What does it say? "Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out." All right, I'm going to show you an example of that because I got another video, you know, just highlighting the dynamic that we live in this world in our relationship with so-called white people, Esau, Edom. It shows that we're the true Israelites. It shows you that there was going to be the dynamic in the world of some red bastards running around oppressing, and another group of people on the bottom getting oppressed. And where do you see that play out in the world?
So I had to become
All right, we got this.
without that love. That made me real hard and bitter coming up. I'm gonna tell you what my mama did. When I was 17, right? Because all she did was put men in drugs and clubbing before her kids. She found a guy that she liked, and she went moved away and with the guy into an apartment with just him and her, and left all her kids in the projects. The maintenance man came. First the lights get cut off, then the maintenance man came, and all the kids living in his house, right? The maintenance man come, and he changed the locks on the door one day, and he like, well, I'm like, we like, what the hell going on? And I noticed my mama hadn't been there in so long, right? She'll come by once in a while and grab some stuff and leave. And then you like, damn, why she never here? Like, damn, you know, she went got her a whole nother house and just left us all in the house, right? Maintenance man come change the lock. My mama ain't paid the rent in 3 months, right? And it's in the projects. So they called her, she ended up coming, she pulled up, instead of her coming to get her kids, she came and said, got the rest of her stuff and said, what y'all finna do? Thinking she coming to this abandoned house with us to save me. My mom looked me in my eye like, shit, what you finna do? And I'm like, damn. And at that moment, it broke me. I cried. It broke me. It broke me down so bad. The woman that's supposed to protect and provide for me looked me right with me and my mom.
All right, and you know, so I just let that video play. Now you'll say, oh well, what is this? You know, a scoffer. Well, what does this got to do with white people? We didn't do anything about that. That don't got nothing to do. Well, who set this system up? Who set up a system as such to even allow a woman to abandon her kids to, you know, get away with it? All right, this is why a lot of Jake is running around in the hood whacking each other, man. A lot of Jake running around as orphans that have that are in extreme mental anguish and pain. All right, now this Jake, you know, he not gonna make it. Of course, it don't look like. He got his hair wrapped up like a hoe with that long hair. He on his wannabe Absalom shit, but it looks like he decided not to go the route that the average Jake would go. If they had to grow up like that, you know, they'd be gangbanging out here, shooting, robbing, killing, stealing niggas. You know, so I guess he was able to turn around for him in his life or whatever. But this goes to show you our state under this man Edom. If this motherfucker was our brother and our keeper, he wouldn't allow us to be down broke bad like this, man. All right, and this is the average. I hark on the average Israelite. We have horror stories growing up, man. We saw things as kids and know things as kids that we wasn't supposed to see, know, or fucking hear about, man. Everybody got a killer in the family. Everybody got a molester in the family. Everybody got a crackhead or four in the family. All right. This is what life is like under Esau Edom's system. So why you know, not excusing his mother of her wickedness, because she's a piece of shit. You know, she upped and did what the hell she did. But you got to understand, you know, you understand where I'm coming from. Who set up a system to where such a shit is even allowed? And why is it highly concentrated where we live at? How the hell, what type of coincidence is that we all going through it? Gooks ain't going through this. Matter of fact, look, hold on, I get that. The scriptures cover everything. That's Jeremiah. Moab and Ammon ain't dealing with that. Now, great, is there a couple Moabite and Ammonite crackheads out here? Yeah, probably about 2 of them. That's about it. All right, everybody else is living in pleasure while we on this bitch. We in this bitch toiling and hoiling, man, suffering. All right, let me show you an example. Jeremiah 48:11. Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and hath not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither hath he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed. What does this show you? That them goose, they ain't been getting made slaves, going here, getting tossed to and fro like us, man. Whipped, beat, raped, institutionalized. What group of people has that happened to? It says that what? His taste remained in him and his scent is not changed. He still has his national pride. These gooks can go grab their registry book and find their great granddad from 5 years ago. You can't do that. We've lost it all. We don't have any regal appearance. You see them, they be having a pictures of samurais and, you know, all that bullshit up. We don't got none of that. All we know is that we were slaves here, the average Negro in America. That's the best you get, bitch. That's the best. That's the best the white man was willing to give to you. All right, so who's responsible for this shit? All right, who's gonna have to pay for this shit now? Matter of fact, now we'll go to Revelation 12. All right, and I'll probably be ending it here. I'm just using this video, these clips, to show you the relationship and the dynamic that so-called white people and so-called black people share. It shows how we're the Israelites and how they're the Edomites. All right, Revelation, I'm gonna start at 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. This is the 12 tribes. The woman represents the Israelites. All right, clothed with the sun and moon, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. All right, and upon her head, crown 12 stars. All right, obviously the 12 tribes. All right, it says, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. All right, hey, and you know, right here, verse 2, dealing with Yahushua about to be born, you know, and the dragon, you know, twofold. Herod tried to kill Yahushua, and ultimately these Edomites have tried to eradicate our nation. You know, he's that dragon, he's that serpent, going back to Genesis, which is why it says what it says. I'll just bring up the word real quick. Old serpent. Come on. Revelation. Oh, it's in 12. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, we're gonna keep it going. As a matter of fact.
And his tail.
Okay, Salaki, y'all. Let me read verse 3. It says, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. All right, that third part of the stars is what? The 3 tribes that was left in the land of Israel. All right, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the dark-skinned Negro tribes. All right, and what did Herod declare? He had it to where the children was being killed, and that links back up to what? Jeremiah 31, where it says Rachel was weeping for her children. All right. Because all the youngins was being slaughtered because Herod was trying to get rid of the coming Messiah. All right, and she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with the rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto Yahweh and to his throne. That's Yahushua. All right, so this man knows that, you know, hey, he tried to get rid of the Messiah, but it didn't work. All right, it says, and the woman
fled into
the wilderness, where she hath the place prepared of Yahweh, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. All right, and you know, after 70 AD, we fled into the interiors of Africa, and we were taken slaves and brought to the Americas, and here we've been sustained. All right, it says that they should feed her. So that wilderness is going into the interiors of Africa, and where we were fed, that they should feed her there 1,200 days. And you see that number pop up, I also believe, in Revelation 11, if I remember correctly. Yeah, right here. Yep, Revelation 11 chapter. You know, so we've been here now in America, being fed, being sustained, and kept alive, you know, as we served out our captivity here. All right, so now I'm gonna jump down 9. Yeah, this that old serpent, son of a bitch. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I'm just grabbing this to show you, Esau, that spirit that is in him, was the spirit that was in the serpent. So he's been around trying to get rid of us, man. This dude has made our life hell on planet Earth, wherever we go. All right. Since the day that he declared he was going to kill us back in Genesis 27:41, he's just made our life hell here. All right. And the fact that clips and stories like this exist is all the evidence that we need. You know, I don't know. There's so many, man. Them people be finding all kinds of shit on TikTok and just be spilling the beans of things. There was that one lady I remember. She did the backstory of hush puppies. All right, and hush puppies come from the fact that when Jake used to be on the run as slaves, they would drop those things down. I forget what it's made out of, but they would drop them little balls of food down to hush the puppies. All right, I believe little balls of cornbread, man. You know, so you tell me what's up. You tell me what's up. All right, so hey, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham. Rakakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like the Akim Akwath, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. Shalom.